Good day, everyone. Welcome to Fundamentals of Information System. I'm Professor Mary Jane Folioso, your online learning coordinator. So right now, our topic is about wireless, mobile computing, and mobile commerce. So this lesson introduces the technologies, applications, services, and business model associated with wireless, mobile computing, and m-commerce, as well as provides a brief overview of business strategies, models, management paradigms, architectures, infrastructure, strengths, and weaknesses. We have the learning outcomes. First, discuss the main types of wireless transmission media. Second, identify the advantages and disadvantages of each type. Third, discuss the basic purposes of short-range, medium-range, and long-range networks and explain how businesses can use at least one technology employed by each type of network. Fourth, discuss the major m-commerce application and its benefits. Fifth, define and understand pervasive computing. And six, discuss the major threats to wireless networks and explain with examples how each one can damage a business. Okay, let's start with the wireless technologies. When we say wireless technologies, include both wireless devices such as smartphones and wireless transmission media such as microwave, satellite, and radio. These technologies are fundamentally changing the way organizations operate. So individuals are finding wireless devices convenient and productive to use for several reasons. First, people can make productive use of time that was formerly wasted. Second, because people can take these devices with them, their work locations are becoming more flexible. Third, wireless technology enables them to schedule their working time around personal and professional obligations. So we have the advantages of wireless devices. First, they are small enough and easily carry or wear. Second, they have sufficient computing power to perform productive tasks. Third, they can communicate wirelessly with the internet and other devices. We have wireless networks and internet access. First, we have short-range network. Second, Bluetooth. Third, ultra-wideband near-field communications. And fourth, we have medium-range network. In short-range network, it is a personal wireless network used to communicate via short distances between computer devices, like for example, smartphone, printers, while Bluetooth can link up to 8 devices within a 30-foot area and transmit up to 2.1 megabits per second. In ultra-wideband, high bandwidth wireless technology with transmission speeds in excess of 100 megabits per second. In near-field communications, it is the shortest range of any wireless network, designed to be embedded in mobile devices such cell phones, and credit cards. While in medium-range network, a wireless local network or the wide local area network connects a limited number of users of up to several hundred feet. Another example is the wireless fidelity, which is the Wi-Fi. It is a protocol used in wireless local area networks. Another example is the wireless access point, which is a transmitter with an antenna. And then another is the hotspot, a geographical perimeter within which a wireless access point provides a wireless access for users. Then another example is the wireless network interface card, or the NIC or the NIC, enables wireless devices to communicate. While the wire or the wide area wireless network for up to 30 miles and faster data transmission. While the Wi-Fi mesh, it is a network use multiple Wi-Fi access point to create a wide area network that can be a very large. Mesh networks are essentially a series of interconnected local area networks. And then the last, we have here the WiMAX, aka the wireless broadband. It is a long distance and high bandwidth protocol similar to Wi-Fi. So those are the example of wireless network and internet access. So how about the mobile computing? So the mobile computing refers to real-time wireless connection between a mobile device and other computing environments such as the internet and the intranet. So can break barriers of geography and time. So first, we have ubiquity. Second, convenience. Third, personalization. Fourth, localization. Fifth, mobile commerce. In ubiquity, we have the mobile device can provide information and communications regardless of user's location. In convenience and instant connectivity, internet-enabled mobile device makes it easy and fast to access the web, intranets, and other mobile devices without booting up a PC or placing a call. In personalization, information can be customized and sent to individual customers, like for example, as a short message service, which is the SMS. Fourth, the localization of products and services. Knowing a user's location helps companies advertise their products and services. In mobile commerce, refers to electronic commerce transactions that are conducted in a wireless environment, especially via the internet, and is driven by widespread availability of mobile devices, no need for PC, cell phone culture, declining prices, and bandwidth improvements. We have pervasive computing or ubiquitous computing. So the concept of invisible, everywhere computing that is embedded in the objects around us. The floors, the lights, our cars, washing machine, microwave oven, cell phones, clothes, and so on. Like for example, smart home and smart appliances. We have the radio frequency identification or the RF RFID technology. It allows us manufacturers to attach tags with antennas and computer chips on goods and then track their movement through radio signals. So how about the wireless security? So clearly, the wireless network provides numerous benefits for businesses. So however, they also present a hard challenge to management, namely their inherent lack of security. Wireless is a broadcast medium and transmissions can be intercepted by anyone who is close enough and has access to the appropriate equipment. So there are four major threats to wireless network. So the four major threats to wireless network. So number one, the RAG access point is an authorized access point to a wireless network. Second, wire driving. It is the act of locating WLAN while driving around a city or elsewhere. So number three, the eavesdropping refers to effort by unauthorized users to try to access data traveling over wireless networks. The radio frequency or the jamming is when a person or a device intentionally or unintentionally interferes with your wireless network transmissions.